There's a vault filled with film reel that might have been thrown in the dump. We took a look to see what was almost lost to history.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
Classics like Casablanca,
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz,
Attaboy, Clarence.
It's a Wonderful Life. Their messages may be timeless. But the physical film itself, not so much. Major motion picture studios know how to restore film and care for these treasures. But what about the rest of us making movies? It's more likely your home movies are in a cardboard box than a temperature-controlled vault.
And I'm decided to make this film and to record some of the events in my life. This is where I live and work during the day.
And museums aren't too eager to collect works from most independent and experimental filmmakers.
Hi, everybody. Glad you stopped in again.
We have a collection here where this guy out in Winnetka just got obsessed with stop-motion photography and made 1 million films of plants blooming in his basement. Why did he do that? I have no idea.
The Chicago Film Archives is on a mission to help. They're archiving film, and by preserving these reels of plastic thread, they're saving history.
It's important for society to do all of this because history is just so important. You know, this is a very direct trace of our history. So this is the film vault where we keep all of the films in our collection cool and dry so that they'll last.
Rows and rows of metal shells are filled with metal canisters, filled with reels of plastic.
As part of processing the collection was compile everything onto larger reels. So
The true nature of their value is concealed. This is really a room full of stories, memories like birthday parties and holidays.
I really love having really personal contact with the past and with history, especially with these media artifacts that are so vivid. It's like a little time travel portal to see what a moment in time was really like. On this side are a ton of films shot by Tom Palazzolo, who's kind of a legendary Chicago filmmaker who made a lot.
Rebecca Hall is the director of operations at the Chicago Film Archives. Founder Nancy Watrous starts it 20 years ago when she learns the Chicago Public Library is no longer interested in keeping the collection.
She thought, what's going to happen to those films and to that collection? Like, they can't do that. So she made a bunch of phone calls and basically rescued that collection of films.
We always want to prove what good Americans we are.
The collection includes films from throughout the 20th century, including Protest,
Hey, Mr. Johnson! I don't want to go!
Politics,
First of all, I don't think people would take it at face value.
the arts, education,
Today, there are hundreds of training classes where owners learn how to teach their dogs the simple and humane methods of obedience training.
and experimental. Even home movies. They celebrate International Home Movie Day with a screening every fall.
People can bring home movies to us and we'll kind of help you figure out what's on them and maybe project them. Other people's home movies are really amazing because they're capturing everyday life, and it's everyday people capturing what they think is important in their everyday life. The perspective you get on history is really different than what you get from like a newsreel or something like that. It might resemble your life a little more.
It's a lot of fun working on home movies.
Agata Zborowska collects other people's home movies to produce a film about the Polish diaspora. She collects home movies before they're accidentally lost or simply deteriorate in someone's basement.
What we are trying to do is to show a history from below, a history created by common people that have their own experiences, own stories that are important to tell and to remember.
She says people come from a peasant class in Poland to the United States where they find work and someday have enough to purchase a film camera. She sees how culture can change with assimilation.
It's not only about Polish culture, but how different cultural backgrounds are coming together here in Chicago. They also provide some information, like historical information, because you have a lot of weddings and celebrations in historical neighborhoods that are not Polish anymore.
The Armstrong family shoots film for 3 generations, 140 reels of film. Here's 1926, Summer Vacation in 53. And by the 1980s, brothers Mike and Bill are having fun making a music video of an ELO song. And in 1982, a horror film called Someone Is in My House.
We're just getting into the dahlia season now, so I thought I'd cut some dahlias and bring them in. And
John Nash Ott Jr. starts his film hobby as a teen as well, working with time-lapse plant photography in 1927.
There are over 20,000 varieties of iris listed.
His hobby becomes a side business, and then he's a full-time professional by 1947 and hosts a weekly gardening show called How Does Your Garden Grow? From time-lapse to time travel. Cuba, 1937. Paris, 1961. Canada, 1973 for a mountain safari. But it's not all fun and flowers. The archive includes serious topics like sexuality and race.
The guys over here in the Vice Lodge, the people over here in the Lawndale area, want their piece of the pie.
Like DeWitt Beale's work in 1970 at the height of the Black Power movement in Chicago. It's a docudrama about the Vice Lords gang. The film Lord Thing wins a silver medal at the 1970 Venice Film Festival. From the serious to the surreal, experimental films include A Woman's Face in a Book, Circus Potatoes, and a film about how political and religious differences separate people into tribes.
Maybe you've thought of making a film. If so, watching us make ours may help you.
How about a film about making a film?
If you were a little boy, if I were a little boy, and could do anything that you wanted to.
The archive is full of surprises. Peter Pan.
But there was such a boy, and his name was Peter Pan.
Women's wrestling.
For now, his explanation is that he is interested in anybody who suffers.
And hey, there's a quick clip of Tom Skilling from coverage of WGN-TV's Jerry Lewis Telethon in 1980.
And then these are some of the newest collections that have come to us. We have
their storage room is temperature controlled. A lot of video gets digitized for easier access. In the digital world, we're all filmmakers, but there's something special about film.
In some cases, the film that's running through the projector is the film that ran through the camera. It's very direct. It's like the light that touched the people in those images is captured on the film in that way. Film is more like seeing someone's handprint. There's a touch that is a little more removed in a digital setting.
Does any of it relate to today somehow?
I think almost all of it has some kind of resonance to today. I mean, they're all films that were made by people, and people don't change all that much over time. We've got goofy Super 8 films made by teenagers that are not so different than goofy, phone videos made by teenagers now.